You never liked this sweater. You said it never really fit you right, and it itched too much. But I think I'll keep it. I should keep it, 'cause it still makes me think of you and that little boy I knew in the bedroom down the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday night. Welcome to Paulie's Online Variety Show number 89, where we are presenting Dear Evan Hansen from our cast straight into your homes. Thank you for welcoming us in again, as you have done since the beginning of the pandemic, when the world shut down and we found this new stage here on the interwebs, and the Vaudacity network was formed. And last year it was crazy. This year's been crazy too. Who knows where this crazy world is leading us? But we know one thing is for sure: we will always have a stage and a community right here on the Vaudacity network. We started with the variety shows, the comedy and music, and then at one point along the way we decided, hey, let's try and do some musicals too. Since then, we've done Les Mis, Into the Woods, Wicked, Rent, Jekyll and Hyde, Last 5 Years, Greatest Showman, Grease, and this has just been an amazing journey to be on with you, and just an incredible honor to perform for you virtually, live in your homes. And as you are in your homes, I'd like to invite you to make some noise when you feel like making noise, shed some tears, drink your favorite drink up, dress down, as I like to say, and enjoy your time with us this evening. And as always, in any theatrical experience or in any experience in general, the more the merrier, right? So please share the link, let people know this is happening on your socials, or text people and say, hey, I know you love Darrin Evan Hansen. Tune in. This is live right now. My name is Paul Carganilla, and I will be the host this evening, not the narrator, who I will introduce very shortly, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and for being a part of this community. Please remember to like this video if you haven't already, and if you're not subscribed, please do that. Another way you can show appreciation for the channel and for the cast this evening is by a pay what you can ticket. Of course, the stream is free on the YouTubes, but if you can support our cast, you can drop into the super chat at the bottom of the live YouTube chat, or you can directly send a thank you to someone whose performance moves you this evening, someone who inspires you this evening. There's their direct Venmo, and that goes straight to them, and I know each cast member will appreciate that very, very much. As I mentioned, the super chat at the bottom, if you're watching this live, will get split amongst the whole entire cast. And if you watch this after the fact, but you want to tip the whole entire cast, just go ahead and send a tip on Venmo to Vaudacity Network, and just put in the notes it's for this show, and I'll make sure the cast gets their split of the tip jar. Speaking of the live chat, please join us. We've got so many cast members in the chat here ready to experience this show live with you this evening, and what better way to just connect with each other in this community than live on the chat. Kelsey Blaine Gibson drops into the super chat. She says, love you guys. Thank you, Kelsey. We appreciate that tip. And speaking of the cast members in the chat, I want to welcome whoever's here live on the stream with us this evening. Go ahead and turn your cameras on, please, at home. Give a nice little White, Drew Schufman, Amanda Benjamin, Craig Jackman, Danny Rivera, and Frank Romeo's back. He's joining us this evening. These are so many members of our cast this evening, but not the entire cast. You will see. There's another tip from Kathy B. She says, let's get the party started. I agree. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to find my seat. I hope you've found yours as we present to you Dear Evan Hansen.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Paulie's Online Variety Show number 89. We bring you this evening Dear Evan Hansen, a stage musical with music and lyrics by Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, and a book by Stephen Levinson. It had its world premiere at the Arena Stage in Washington, D.C. in July 2015. The off-Broadway production was at the Second Stage Theater from March to May of 2016, and it opened on Broadway at the Music Box Theater in December of 2016. And it opened to critical acclaim. At the 71st Tony Awards, it was nominated for 9 awards and won 6, including Best Actor for Ben Platt, Best Featured Actress for Rachel Bay Jones, Best Musical, and Best Score. And it was adapted into a film, which was released on September of this year. So, without further ado, Act 1 of Dear Evan Hansen. Evan Hansen is a bullied 17-year-old who suffers from social anxiety. His therapist, Dr. Sherman, recommends that he write letters to himself, detailing what will be good about each day. His mother, Heidi, suggests that he asks people to sign the cast on his arm to make friends. The wealthy Murphy family consists of parents Cynthia and Larry, and their children, Zoe and Connor. Cynthia and Heidi wonder how to connect with their sons. In this number, Anybody Have a Map? And for Anybody Have a Map, we have Jamie Carganilla as Evan's mother, Heidi, and Katie McTyre as Connor's mother, Cynthia, with Paul Carganilla as Evan, Todd Stubbler as Connor, Craig Jackman as Connor's father, Larry, and Amanda Benjamin as his sister, Zoe.
Have you been writing those letters to yourself? Dear Evan Hansen, today's going to be a great day, and here's why.
I started one.
Those letters are important, honey. They're going to help you build your self-confidence.
I guess.
Can we try to have an optimistic outlook? Huh? Can we buck up just enough to see the world won't fall apart? Maybe this year we decide we're not giving up before we've tried. This year we make a new start. Hey, I know. How about today you can go around and ask the other kids to sign your cast? How about that?
Perfect.
I'm proud of you already.
Oh, good.
Another stellar conversation for the scrapbook. Another stumble as I'm reaching for the right thing to say. I'm kinda coming up empty, can't find my way to you. Does anybody have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this? I don't know if you can tell, but this is me just pretending to know. So where's the map? I need a clue, 'cause the scary truth is I'm flying blind and I'm making this up as I go.
It's your senior year, Connor. You are not missing the first day.
I only said I'd go tomorrow.
He doesn't listen. Look at him. He's probably high.
He's definitely high.
Don't want you going to school. Hi, Connor.
Perfect. Then I won't go. Thanks, Mom.
Another masterful attempt ends with disaster.
Interstate's already jammed.
Pour another cup of coffee and watch it all crash and burn.
Connor, finish the milk.
It's a puzzle, it's a maze. I try to see through it a million ways, but each day's another wrong turn.
If Connor's not ready, I'm leaving without him.
Does anybody have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how the hell to do this? I don't know if you can tell, but this is me just pretending to know. So where's the map? I need a clue. 'Cause the scary truth is I'm flying blind. I'm flying blind. I'm flying blind. And I'm making this up as I go. As I go.
At school, Evan meets Alana, his very precocious classmate, and Jared, his only family friend. And both Jared and Alana notice his broken arm, but neither sign is cast. And Evan runs into Connor, who believes Evan's making fun of him, and Connor just pushes him to the ground. And Connor's sister Zoe, who Evan has a total crush on, apologizes for her brother's behavior. And Evan wonders if this is his destiny in life. We welcome back Mr. Paul Carganilla as Evan singing Waving Through a Window.
I've learned to slam on a brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me. Give them no reason to stare, no slipping up if you slip away. So I've got nothing to share, no, I've got nothing to say. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, I'm on the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through the window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? We start with stars in our eyes. We start believing that we belong. But every sun doesn't rise, and no one tells you where you went wrong. Step out of the sun if you keep getting burned. Step out of the sun because you've learned, I'm on the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear. So I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and there's no one around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? When you're falling in a forest and nobody's around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? Did I even make a sound? It's like I never made a sound. Will I ever make a sound? On the outside, always looking in. Will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass. I'm waving through a window. I try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. I'm waving through a window. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving back at me? Is anybody waving, waving, waving? Oh.
Evan writes a letter to himself, wondering whether anyone would notice if he wasn't here. And all his hope is focused on Zoe, since his crush on her is the only thing that brings him happiness. And he runs into Connor again, who now offers to sign the cast. Well, Connor finds Evan's letter on the printer and reads it, and he flips out at the mention of Zoe because he figures that Evan just wrote it so that he'd see it to make fun of him. And he storms out and takes the letter with him. Evan just has an anxiety spike over what Connor might do with the letter, and he talks to Jared online about his assignment to write letters to himself. And then the next day, Evan's called to the principal's office, and Connor's parents tell him that Connor died by suicide a couple days before, and they found Evan's letter in his pocket. And they believe the suicide note is addressed to him. So Evan tries to deny it, but Cynthia sees Connor's name on his cast, and it strengthens her belief. Singing For Forever now is Jamie Carganilla as Evan. For Forever.
End of May or early June, this picture-perfect afternoon we share. Drive the winding country road, have a scoop at Alamo, and then we're there. An open field that's framed with trees, we pick a spot and shoot the breeze like buddies do. Quoting songs from our favorite bands, telling jokes no one understands except us two. And we talk and take in the view. All we see is sky for forever. We let the world pass by for forever. Feels like we could go on for forever this way. Two friends on a perfect day. We walk a while and talk about the things we'll do when we get out of school. Like bike the Appalachian Trail, or write a book, or learn to sail. Wouldn't that be cool? There's nothing that we can't discuss, like girls we wish would notice us, but never do. He looks around and says to me, there's nowhere else I'd rather be, and I say, me too. And we talk and take in the view. We just talk and take in the view. All we see is sky for forever. We let the world pass by for forever. Feels like we could go on for forever this way, this way. All we see is light for forever, 'cause the sun burns bright for forever. Like we'll be alright for forever this way. Two friends on a perfect day. And there he goes, racing toward the tallest tree. the yellow field, I hear him calling, follow me. There we go, wondering how the world might look from up so high, 1 foot after the other, one branch then to another. I climb higher and higher, I climb till the entire sun shines on my life. And I suddenly feel the branch give way. I'm on the ground. My arm goes numb. I look around, and I see him come to get me. He's come to get me. And everything's okay. All we see is sky for forever. Let the world pass by for forever. Buddy, you and I for forever this way, this way. All we see is light, 'cause the sun burns bright, like we'll be alright for forever this way. True friends on a perfect day.
Evan goes to Connor's house for dinner. Jared had instructed him just nod and confirm to avoid making things worse, but Evan is awkward and uncomfortable, so he lies, pretending he and Connor had been best friends, emailing each other from a secret account. Evan starts recounting the fictional version of the day he broke his arm at the abandoned apple orchard the Murphys had visited. And when Evan gets home, Heidi mentions hearing about Connor's death, but Evan tells her not to worry and that he didn't know Connor. And after realizing he needs evidence of his supposed secret email account, Evan enlists Jared's help in creating fake, backdated email conversations between himself and Connor. Singing Sincerely Me, we welcome Darrin Ingram as Connor, Paul as Evan, Jamie as Evan's friend Jared.
Dear Evan Hansen, we've been way too out of touch. Things have been crazy, and it sucks that we don't talk that much. But I should tell you that I think of you each night. I rub my nipples and start moaning with delight.
Why would you write that?
I'm just trying to be honest.
Look, this needs to be perfect. These emails have to prove that we were actually friends. I'll do it.
I gotta tell you, life without you has been hard.
Hard?
Has been bad.
Bad.
Has been rough.
Kinky.
And I miss talking about life and other stuff.
Very specific.
Shut up.
I like my parents.
Who says that?
I love my parents, but each day's another fight. If I stop smoking drugs, then everything might be alright.
Smoking drugs.
Just fix it.
If I stop smoking crack,
Crack?
if I stop smoking pot, then everything might be alright. I'll take your advice, try to be more nice. I'll turn it around, wait and see. 'Cause all that it takes is a little reinvention. It's easy to change if you give it your attention. All you gotta do is just believe you can be who you wanna be. Sincerely me.
Are we done yet?
Well, I can't just give him one email. I want to show that I was like a good friend, you know?
Ah!
Dear Connor Murphy, bro, I also miss our talks. Stop doing drugs, just try to take deep breaths and go on walks.
No.
I'm sending pictures of the most amazing trees.
No,
You'll be obsessed with all my forest expertise.
absolutely not.
Dude, I'm proud of you. Just keep pushing through. You're turning around, I can see.
Just wait and see. Cause all that it takes is a little reinvention. It's easy to change if you give it your attention. All you gotta do is just believe you can be who you wanna be. Sincerely me. My sister's hot.
What the hell?
My bad.
Dear Evan Hansen, thanks for every note you send.
Dear Connor Murphy, I'm just glad to be your friend.
Our friendship goes beyond your average kind of bond.
But not because we're gay.
No, not because we're gay. We're close, but not that way. The only man that I love is my dad. Well, anyway,
You're getting better every day.
I'm getting better every day. Keep getting better every day. Hey, 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 hey. Cause all that it takes is a little reinvention. It's easy to change if you give it your attention. All you gotta do is just believe you can be who you wanna be. Sincerely, miss you dearly. Sincerely me.
Sincerely me. Sincerely me. Sincerely me.
Well, after Evan shows the Murphy family Connor's emails, Cynthia is ecstatic that her son had a friend. But Larry is hurt that Connor took his family and his privileged life for granted. Cynthia tries to show Zoe the emails, but they argue again, and Zoe still refuses to mourn Connor. Singing Requiem is Jamie Carganilla as Zoe, Paul Carganilla as Larry, and Katie McTyre as Cynthia.
Why should I play this game of pretend? Remembering through a secondhand sorrow, such a great son and wonderful friend. Oh, don't the tears just pour? I could curl up and hide in my room, there in my bed still sobbing tomorrow. I could give in to all of the gloom. But tell me what for? Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight.
I gave you the world, you threw it away, leaving these broken pieces behind you. Everything wasted, nothing to say, so I can sing no requiem.
I hear your voice and feel you near. Within these words I finally find you. And now that I know that you are still here, I will sing no requiem tonight.
Why should I have a heavy heart?
Why should I say I'll keep you with me? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark one lights a candle to remember. No, no one mourns at all when they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true, that you were not the monster that I knew. I cannot play the grieving girl, and I saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark.
I will sing no requiem.
I will sing no requiem.
I will sing no requiem tonight. Oh, 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 oh.
Well, Zoe reads the suicide note and notices that she's mentioned and asks Evan why Connor would say that about her. And Evan, unable to tell her the truth, tells her all the reasons he loves her under the guise of Connor saying them. Overcome with emotion, he just impulsively kisses Zoe, singing If I Could Tell Her. We welcome Danny Rivera as Evan and Amanda Benjamin as Zoe.
Awesome.
He thought I was awesome? My brother?
Definitely.
How?
Well, he said, there's nothing like your smile, sort of subtle and perfect and real. He said, you never knew how wonderful that smile could make someone feel. He knew whenever you get bored, you'd scribble stars on the cuffs of your jeans. And he noticed that you still fill out the quizzes that they put in those teen magazines. But he kept it all inside his head. What he saw, he left unsaid. And though he wanted to, he couldn't talk to you. He couldn't find a way. But he would always say, if I could tell her everything I see. If I could tell her how she's everything to me. But we're a million worlds apart, and I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her, if I could tell her.
Did he say anything else?
About you?
It doesn't matter.
No, he said so many things. I'm just trying to remember the best ones. So, he thought you looked really pretty, it looked pretty cool when you put indigo streaks in your hair.
He did?
He wondered how you learned to dance like all the rest of the world isn't there. But he kept it all inside his head. What he saw, he left unsaid. If I could tell her everything I see. If I could tell her how she's everything to me. But we're a million worlds apart, and I I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her,
If I could tell her,
if I could tell her, but what do you do when there's this great divide?
he just seems so far away.
And what do you do when the distance is too wide?
It's like I don't know anything.
So how do you say I love you? I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. But we're a million worlds apart, and I don't know how I would even start. If I could tell her, if I
Could.
Zoe pulls away from the kiss and tells him to leave. At school, Evan enlists Alana and Jared's help, founding the Connor Project to keep Connor's memory alive. The three pitch the idea to the Murphys, who agree to support the project. Singing Disappear, we welcome David Marchesano as Connor, Paul as Evan, Amanda as Alana, Jamie as Jared, Craig Jackman as Larry, and Katie as Cynthia.
Guys like you and me, we're just the losers who keep waiting to be seen. Right? I mean, no one seems to care or stops to notice that we're there, so we get lost in the in-between. But if you can somehow keep them thinking of me and make me more than an abandoned memory, well, that means we matter too. It means someone will see that you are there. No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away. No one should come and go and have no one know he was ever even here. No one deserves to disappear, to disappear.
It's true.
Even if you've always been that barely in the background kind of guy,
You still matter.
and even if you're somebody who can't escape the feeling that the world's passed you by,
You still matter.
if you never get around to doing some remarkable thing,
That doesn't mean that you're not worth remembering.
think of the people who need to know.
They need to know.
So you need to
I
show
need to show them. No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to be forgotten. No one deserves to fade away, to fade away. No one should flicker out or have any doubt that it matters that they are here. No one deserves to disappear, to disappear.
When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, all you want is for somebody to find you. When you're falling in a forest and when you hit the ground, all you need is for somebody to find you.
I'm calling it the Connor Project.
The Connor Project?
A student group dedicated to keeping Connor's memory alive, to showing that everybody should matter.
Oh, we have to do this, not just for Connor, for everyone.
'Cause no one deserves to be forgotten.
No one
No
deserves
one
to
deserves
fade
to
away.
fade away. We're calling it the Connor Project.
The Connor Project?
Imagine a major online
A
presence.
massive fundraising drive.
And for the kickoff event, an all-school memorial assembly.
I didn't realize Connor meant this much to people.
Oh, Evan, this is wonderful. No one deserves to be forgotten.
No one deserves to fade away.
No one deserves to disappear.
No one deserves to disappear.
No one should flicker out or have any doubt that it matters that they are here. No one deserves to disappear. To disappear. Disappear.
Absolutely moved by his dedication, Cynthia gives Evan Connor's necktie and asks Evan to wear it when he speaks at Connor's memorial service. And at the official launch of the Connor Project, Evan's speech about Connor, he suffers a panic attack but composes himself, and that whole thing goes viral. And Zoe, overcome by the impact that her brother and Evan have had, kisses him. Now, we're actually going to skip over the big end of Act 1 number and give that to you at the end of the show.
And take a quick break.
Okay.
Take a real quick break as we say thank you, Frank Romeo, for your amazing work in narrating. But we're going to give him a little breather. And tell everybody at home, thank you again so much for watching. And if you're enjoying the show, you want to support our performers, there's a really easy way to do that. And that is by dropping a tip into the super chat at the bottom of the live Google chat, or directly sending a thank you to our cast via Venmo. If there's a performer that knocks your socks off tonight, inspires you, or you just want to say thank you for your incredible work, there's a real easy direct tip line straight to them. Or you can, if you're watching this after the fact and it's not live, just go ahead and drop a tip to Vaudacity Network and put in the notes what show it's for, and I will split that tip jar for the entire cast for sure. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here. As always, we're not live with a picnic every weekend anymore as we were when everything was shut down, but thank goodness things are opening up again and performers are getting paid to perform again. But we do still have regular programming right here on the Vaudacity Network, and we'll tell you a few of the ones that are coming up very shortly. And speaking of performers that are performing again, if you haven't been out to Disney California Adventure to see the Suffragettes Festival of Holidays show, guess what? We have it right here on the Vaudacity Network. You can watch the full live concert here on Vaudacity if you can't make it out to California Adventure, or if you already have and you want to watch it again. It is right here on the network inside your YouTubes. As for upcoming shows, next week, Tuesday, we have The Panano Man with David Benjamin. It's his Christmas episode, Tuesday the 14th at 7:30 p.m. Come on down for fresh Christmas tunes and Christmas puns for sure. Wednesday, the next day, his better half, Ms. Amanda Benjamin, is doing folk music night on Amanda on Demanda. And she's having a special guest, Miss Nicole Pierce, who we will also see later on in the show this evening. That's Wednesday night at 7:30. Thursday is Mr. Hunter Ackerman's 85th Lovecast. He's got his live acoustic originals and covers, as he does every Thursday. It's his 85th one. Can you believe that? Thursday the 16th at 6 p.m. Next week, Thursday night after Hunter's Lovecast, on the 23rd, is our Vaudacity holiday special. Join us right here, Christmas Eve at 7 p.m. and join us. Wow. Mark Gagliardi, I will say thank you. Good to see your face and your name in the chat. That's cool. But after our Vaudacity holiday special, after the new year, and in April, join us for Paulie's Picnic on a boat. It'll be my first time on a cruise ship, and we're doing a cruise, and we're doing live performances on that cruise, April 1st through 4th. If you're interested, go to Facebook, search for Paulie's Picnic Cruise, and you'll see all the details. I hope to see you there. As I just mentioned, my friend Mark Gagliardi in the chat, thank you so much. He says, just waving through the window. Y'all are great. Thank you so much, Mark. It's good to see your name. And Christy Davila drops in the super chat. She says, awesome job tonight. Oh, thank you guys so much. I have been out on the couch watching with my family. It doesn't look like I missed thanking anyone quite yet else. But I want to thank you guys again so much for being here and all your support since last March. It's been a crazy 18 months, 19 months, and is there a light at the end of the tunnel? I mean, it's kind of here, but when we've got a community like this, what more could a family ask for? Thank you all once again. Give it up for Frank Romeo as he brings the second half of Dear Evan Hansen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. And wow, I'd love to hear those familiar names in the chat too. So, hey, guy I used to share a break room with and my cousin from up north. Thanks for being here. Okay. Well, on to Act 2. Evan and Alana pitch a fundraising idea on the Connor Project's website to raise $50,000 to reopen the abandoned apple orchard. However, Evan becomes preoccupied with his new relationship with Zoe and his newfound family in the Murphys. He begins to neglect his mother, Jared, and the Connor Project. Heidi asks Evan why he did not tell her about the Connor Project or his friendship with Connor. He responds angrily he didn't have time because she's never around. And overcome with emotion, he rushes off to the Murphys, where Evan bonds with Larry and confides in him about his childhood. Larry offers him an old, unused baseball glove of Connor's. Singing To Break in a Glove, we welcome Dylan White as Connor's father Larry and Paul Carganilla as Evan.
This glove's pretty cool. Wow.
Well, why don't you take it?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Why not?
Are you sure?
I bought this glove 1,000 years ago for some birthday or some Christmas that has come and gone. I thought we might play catch or, I don't know, but he left it in the bag with the tag still on. You'll have to break it in though first. You can't catch anything with it that stiff.
Wait, how do you break it in?
Well, it's a process that is really quite precise, a sort of secret method known to very few. So, if you're in the market for professional advice, well, today could be a lucky day for you. Shaving cream.
Shaving cream?
Oh yeah. You rub that in for about 5 minutes, tie it all up with rubber bands, put it under your mattress, and sleep on it. And you do that for at least a week, every day, consistent. And though this method isn't easy, every second that you spend is gonna pay off. It'll pay off in the end. It just takes a little patience. It takes a little time, a little perseverance, and a little uphill climb. You might not think it's worth it. You might begin to doubt, but you can't take any shortcuts. You gotta stick it out, and it's the hard way, but it's the right way to break in a glove. Now, with something like this, you gotta be ready to put in the work, make the commitment. So, what do you think?
I mean, definitely, sure.
Some people say just use a microwave, or try that run it through hot water technique. Well, they can gloat about the time they saved, till they gotta buy another glove next week. It just takes a little patience.
Takes a little patience.
Takes a little time. A little perseverance.
And a little uphill climb.
But it's the hard way, but it's the right way. The right way. 'Cause there's a right way in everything you do. Keep that grit. Follow through. Even when everyone around you thinks you're crazy. Even when everyone around you lets things go. And whether you're prepping for some test, or you're miles from some goal, or you're just trying to do what's best for a kid who's lost control. You do the hard thing, 'cause it's the right thing. Yeah, that's the right thing.
Connor was really lucky to have a dad that cared so much about taking care of stuff.
Shaving cream, rubber bands, mattress, repeat. Got it?
Got it.
It's the hard way.
But it's the right way.
The right way to break in a glove. You're good to go.
It's a well-loved glove. Well, later, when Evan mentions Connor, Zoe tells him that she doesn't want their relationship to be about Connor, but just about the two of them. Singing Only Us, we welcome Katie McTyre as Zoe and Drew Schufman as Evan.
I don't need you to sell me on reasons to want you. I don't need you to search for the proof that I should. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to be scared you're not enough. 'Cause what we've got going is good. I don't need more reminders of all that's been broken. I don't need you to fix what I'd rather forget. Clear the slate and start over. Try to quiet the noises in your head. We can't compete with all that. So what if it's us? What if it's us and only us? And what came before won't count anymore or matter. Can we try that? What if it's you? And what if it's me? And what if that's all that we need it to be? And the rest of the world falls away. What do you say?
I never thought there'd be someone like you who would want me.
Well,
so I give you 10,000 reasons to not let me go. But if you really see me, if you like me for me and nothing else, well, that's all that I've wanted for longer than you could possibly know. So it can be us, it can be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore or matter. We can try that, it's not so impossible. Nobody else but the two of us here. 'Cause you're saying it's possible.
we can just watch the whole world disappear until you're the only one. I still know how to
it's just you and me.
It'll be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore.
We can try that, you and me. That's all that we need it to be. And the rest of the world falls away. And the rest of the world falls away. The world falls away. The world falls away. And it's only
Well, Evan goes to the Murphys and finds that they invited Heidi for dinner. Heidi is shocked, mortified to learn that they want to give Connor's college fund to Evan. Heidi and Evan have a fight, and Evan tells her he's found a family in her absence. Meanwhile, Alana begins to find inconsistencies in the fake emails. Evan asks Jared to help fix them, but Jared refuses and threatens to expose Evan. Evan counters that he could expose Jared's role. Heidi, Alana, and Jared converge in Evan's conscience, compounding his guilt and doubt over his decisions. Singing Good For You, we welcome back Miss Amanda Benjamin as Heidi and Alana, and Jared and Evan.
So you found a place where the grass is greener, and you jumped the fence to the other side. Is it good? Are they giving you a world I could never provide? Well, I hope that you're proud of your big decision. Yeah, I hope that it's all that you wanted more. Now you're free from the agonizing life you were living before. And you say what you need to say so that you get to walk away. Would it kill you to have to stay trapped when you've got something new? Well, I'm sorry you had it rough, and I'm sorry I'm not enough. Thank God they rescued you. So you've got what you always wanted. So you've got your dream come true. Good for you. Good for you. You got a taste of the life so perfect. So you did what you had to do. Good for you. Good for you. Does it cross your mind to be slightly sorry? Do you even care that you might be wrong? Was it fun? Well, I hope you had a blast while you dragged me along. And you say what you need to say, and you play who you need to play. And if somebody's in your way, crush them and leave them behind. Well, I guess if I'm not of use, go ahead, you can cut me loose. Go ahead now, I won't mind. I'll shut my mouth and I'll let you go. Is that good for you? Would that be good for you? You. I'll just sit back while you run the show. Is that good for you? Would that be good for you? All I need is some time to think, but the boat is about to sink. Can erase what I wrote in ink? Tell me, how can I change the story? All the words that I can't take back, like a train coming off the track. All the rails and the boats feel cracked. I gotta find a way to stop it, just let me out. So you got what you always wanted. So you got your dream come true. Good for you. Good for you. You got a taste of a life so perfect. Now you say that you're someone new. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. So you got what you always wanted.
keep those plates spinning. Okay. Well, Evan decides he has to confess to what he's done. An imaginary version of Connor attempts to talk him out of it, but Evan just shouts that he needs the whole thing to be over. Connor tells him if he tells the truth, all he has will be gone, and the only thing he'll be left with is himself. And he disappears, leaving Evan alone. Evan apologizes to Alana, but she's given up on Evan's help with the Connor project, being more suspicious of Evan's statements. Evan shows her the stolen letter to himself, claiming it to be Connor's suicide note, and realizing that the letter is the key to fulfilling the fundraising goal, Alana posts it online, where, to Evan's chagrin, it goes viral. And as a result, many people begin to believe Connor's suicide was because of his uncaring and wealthy parents. The Murphys become targets of hateful comments because people believe they were responsible for his death, and Evan, distraught, walks in on the Murphys fighting about why Connor really killed himself. Evan admits his fabrication, having sought a genuine relationship with them. As Zoe and her mother leave, Larry turns away from Evan in disgust. Alone once more, Evan absorbs his perceived brokenness as inescapable. Singing Words Fail, please welcome Mr. Connor Warren Smith as Evan.
I never meant to make it such a mess. I never thought that it would go this far. So I just stand here sorry, searching for something to say. Something to say. Words fail, words fail. There's nothing I can say. I guess I thought I could be part of this. I never had this kind of thing before. I never had that perfect girl who somehow could see the good part of me. I never had the dad who stuck it out. No corny jokes or baseball gloves. No mom who was just there, 'cause a mom was all she had to be. That's not a worthy explanation. I know there is none. Nothing can make sense of all these things I've done. Words fail, words fail. There's nothing I can say, except sometimes you see everything you wanted, and sometimes you see everything you wish you had, and it's right there, right there, right there in front of you. And you want to believe it's true, so you make it true. And you think maybe everybody wants it and needs it a little bit too. This was just a sad invention. It wasn't real, I know. But we were happy. I guess I couldn't let that go. I guess I couldn't give that up. I guess I wanted to believe, 'cause if I just believe, then I don't have to see what's really there.
No, I'd rather pretend I'm something other than these broken parts. Pretend I'm something other than this mess that I am. 'Cause then I don't have to look at it, and no one gets to look at it. No, no one can really see. 'Cause I've learned to slam on the brake before I even turn the key. Before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me, I never let them see the worst of me. 'Cause what if everyone saw? What if everyone knew? Would they like what they saw? Or would they hate it too? Will I just keep on running away from what's true? All I ever do is run. So how do I step into the sun, step into the sun?
Okay, Connor, I'm just going to need you to just leave a little bit of talent for the rest of us. Okay, buddy? Nice work. Well, Heidi sees the letter online and knows that it was one of Evan's therapy assignments. She apologizes to Evan for not seeing just how badly he had been hurting. Evan denies guilt because of his deception, but he vaguely admits that his fall from the tree was a suicide attempt. Heidi recalls the day that his father moved out, and she wondered how she would care for Evan. Tearfully, Heidi promises that she will always be there for him when he needs her. Singing So Big, So Small, we welcome Nicole Pierce as Heidi, accompanied by her husband Mike Pierce on guitar.
It was a February day when your dad came by before going away. A U-Haul truck in the driveway. The day it was suddenly real. I told you not to come outside, but you saw that truck and you smiled so wide. A real life truck in your driveway. We let you sit behind the wheel. Goodbye, goodbye. Now it's just me and my little guy. And the house felt so big, and I felt so small. The house felt so big, and I felt so small. That night I tucked you into bed. I will never forget how you sat up and said, "Is there another truck coming to our driveway? A truck that will take Mommy
And I knew there would be moments that I'd miss, and I knew there would be space I couldn't fill, and I knew I'd come up short a million different ways, and I did, and I do, and I will. But like that February day, I will take your hand, squeeze it tightly and say, there's not another truck in the driveway. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here no matter what. I'll be here when it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. When it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. Till it all feels so small.
One year later, Evan is still living at home and working at Pottery Barn to save up money to go to college the next semester. He reaches out to Zoe, who he hasn't seen since she learned the truth, and asks to meet. She insists that they meet at the Orchard, which has since been reopened in Connor's memory. He apologizes for everything and thanks her and her parents for keeping his secret. She forgives him, saying the ordeal brought her family closer together, and they share a moment before finally parting. Evan mentally writes himself one last letter, reflecting on the impact this has had on his community, and he finally accepts himself. We're going to close tonight with actually the big number from the end of Act 1. So please welcome a large group of Paulie's Picnic performers from shows current and past singing You Will Be Found.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
Let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay.
'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand.
And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you,
and when you're broken on the ground,
you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found.
You will be found.
You will be found. You will be found.
You will be found.
There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. Every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard.
Someone will come running.
Take you home. Take you home.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, to reach out and rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadow, the morning is breaking. All is new, all is new. It's filling up the empty, and suddenly I see that all is new, all is new. You are not alone. 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 You are not alone.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground,
You will be found. To reach up and rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
You will be found.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for being here tonight. Thanks to all of our performers. Please give it up for Mr. Frank Romeo.
Thank you very much, Paul. Great to be back.
So good
great
to
to
see
see
you
everybody,
again.
and it's great to see you, and great to see all of our old friends in that amazing end number there. That was great. So
Great. We did that original one last April, and just
Right.
adding friends to it is just such an incredible opportunity we have. While Frank is here, let me also give it up for give a big hand. Let's all give a big hand to Mr. Sam Miklich, our screen director. I want to thank our social media crew, Ms. Dari Mills, Ms. Christina, and Ms. Heather. I want to just say one last time before I bring our cast back, if you want to support our cast and throw a big thank you into the tip jar for the performances this evening, there's a really easy way to do that, either right before the stream ends in like a minute in the super chat. But if you don't have time to do that, go ahead and jump on to the Venmos. In the Venmos, there is a specific tip jar for each performer. If there's somebody who just slayed you this evening, I mean, who didn't? I'm gonna be modest and say who didn't. Wait, that's not modest. I'm not gonna be modest. Everybody slayed tonight. So if there's somebody you want to say thank you specifically to, or you want to split a tip amongst the whole entire cast, just drop it at Venmo at Vaudacity Network, and put in the notes that it's for this show. I'll make sure that it gets split amongst the cast. And speaking of the cast, let's bring anybody who's here with us live in here to take their bows. Let's take Jackman. Let's hear it for Amanda Benjamin, Danny Rivera, Dylan White. Welcome back, Dylan and Danny. And I know we had Drew and Katie and everybody in the chat earlier. Jamie's downstairs. Let's hear it for, gosh, if I start to mention everybody who's not here, I'm just going to skip somebody and it'll feel really, really bad. But how about a big hand at home? Make some noise for your performers in the show this evening. Thank you all so much for your hard work and dedication putting all this together. Let's give it up one more time for Mr. Frank Romeo.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can't wait to see y'all at the holiday special, Christmas Eve. And there might be an announcement coming up real quick about a New Year's Eve show coming up as well. But we love you all. We love you. Thank you, cast, crew, all of the audience, all of the family. Please, if you enjoyed the show, share the link, spread the word. Got some great stuff happening over here on the Vaudacity Network. We love you guys so much. Have a great night.